I pass out signs on the bus on the way to school. Ready one to a fourth grade girl named Elizabeth who's wearing a t-shirt that says save the whales. I figured if she wants to save the whales, she probably wants to save the squirrels too. Besides, there are not even any whales in Granite City to save. I gave another sign to Loden because he asked me for one. I saved one for Cora and I keep the last sign for me. This is my convincing after all. The bus stops in front of the Granite City Elementary School. Follow me, I tell my sign holders. We march right to the two rectangle-shaped windows in front of the school office. Ready? Now do what I do. Loden and fourth grade Elizabeth and I march in a circle. We shout, bring back the squirrels, plant a new tree. Bring back the squirrels, plant a new tree. What squirrels? Loden asked. I don't see any squirrels. That is the point, I say. Keep marching. Loden shrugs and starts chanting again. He has a really loud voice. Lots of kids getting off school buses stop to see what we are doing. When I see Cora, I give her a sign, and she joins our circle. More and more kids come over to check out our convincing. Georgia, Carl, and Bridget even march with us. I should have made more signs. Around and around and around we go in front of Mrs. James's office window. How long are we going to? Bridget starts to ask, but then we see Mrs. James come out of the school's front doors. What is going on out here? Her eyebrows pick up over the top of her really big glasses. We stop marching. I am having a convincing. I tell her, a what? A convincing, when you convince someone to do something. Mrs. James' eyebrows come back down behind her big glasses. I see. Would you like to tell me who you're trying to convince? I smile really big. You. Mrs. James doesn't look surprised anymore. And how about telling me what you're trying to convince me to do? I try really hard not to roll my eyes. If she read the signs, she would know. But I don't say that because the school rule. Respect others probably means don't be sassy to adults. Instead, I tell her about the squirrels from first grade that aren't here for second grade because the tree from first grade is gone. It is not fair to the poor squirrels to need a habitat. Behind me I hear, yeah, and it's not fair. And you tell her, Lucy Goosey. Oh, who invited Stuart Seinfeld to my convincing? Mrs. James sighs a very big sigh. Lucy, didn't we talk about this just yesterday? The tree had a disease, remember? Oh, well, I read about it at the library. Mrs. James' eyebrows are showing again. She is almost smiling. That is a good sign. You went to the library. Very nice. Then you understand why we had to cut the oak tree down. Yep, I do. Mrs. James looks like she is thinking very hard. If you understand, Lucy, then tell me again, why are you having a convincing? I know you have to be very smart to be a principal. But right now, Mrs. James isn't acting very smart because nobody planted a new tree. Mrs. James' eyebrows go all the way up to the top of her head. Ready? March! I shout to my supporters. Mrs. James jumps into the circle. No, no, wait. No need for any more marching. Loden, Loden looks disappointed. I have an idea, says Mrs. James. I'll talk to the PTA about Paying for a new tree. Wow, my convincing has convinced Mrs. James. That was easy. But first, uh-oh, there are going to be but first. I think young protesters should write reports for me to take to the next PTA meeting. You can title them Why Granite City Elementary School Needs a New Tree. How does that sound? Mrs. James asked. Fourth grade Elizabeth gives a sign back to me. I am already working on an essay for Save the Whales. I am out. I just came to yell, says Loden, and then he walks into school. Stewart Swinefest runs for the door. Most of the other kids quickly follows him. Cora's still standing with me though. That sounds good to me, I tell Mrs. James. Cora and I will write our reports this weekend, won't we, Cora? Yes, we will. I smile. Cora's the best cousin ever. Good, says Mrs. James. No more marching then? No more marching, I promise. All of this and the day has just started. Not too shabby.